Hello, we are team number 2 and today we're going to talk about the digestive system, which is responsible to obtain nutrients from the food, and we're going to talk about two of the different organs involved. The role of the digestive system is to transform the nutrients of the food into energy, growth, and cell repair by processing the food into different organs to absorb nutrients and eliminate waste products. The mouth is a necessarily part in the digestive and respiratory system because it helps with the main three functions that are breathing, speaking, and eating. This is the first part of the digestive system because when the food is ingested, you use your teeth and mix up with saliva that initiates the digestive process. The esophagus is a hollow muscular tube that carries out food and liquids down to your stomach, and the muscles in your esophagus helps propel down the food down to your stomach, and in this process it facilitates the rhythmic contractions that are called peristalsis.
Small intestine, a large tube-like organ that connects the stomach and the large intestine. It is about 20 feet long and folds many times to fit inside the abdomen. The small intestine has three parts: the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. It helps to further digest food coming from the stomach. The intestine. The large intestine functions to absorb any excess from water from the material it receives from the small intestine. This also involves a collection of electrolytes which move with water. Thus, the large intestine works to preserve and absorb water and electrolytes that were not absorbed by previous digestive organs. Bili function. Capillary blood the entire length of the bolus. When the bili absorbs nutrients like water, soluble vitamins, amino acids, and sugars, they are transported with capillaries from distribution and used throughout the body. The bili also contains vessels called lacteals. Large intestine, the long tube-like organ that is connected to the small intestine. At one end of the anus, at the other. The large intestine has four parts: celium, colon. At the other, the large intestine has four parts: celium, colon, rectum, and anal canal. Partly digested food moves through the celium into the colon, where water and some nutrients and electrolytes are removed. Rectum, the lowest end of the bowels through which excrement passes as it leaves the body.
So I'm going to talk about the anus. It is where the nervous system stimulates or inhibits the anal sphincter, causing defecation. It's when your body feels the urge to have a bowel movement, when nerves in the muscle of the rectum and the anus signals that the rectum is full. The importance of digestive systems. The digestive system is important because it breaks down food and drinks into nutrition that the body needs to function. Our digestive systems breaks down foods and liquids into their chemical component so that the body can absorb nutrients, use energy, and build or repair cells. Immune system. Our immune system is our body's first line defense against invaders like germs. You can strengthen your immune system by eating nutritious food, exercising, and getting enough sleep. Nutrient absorption. How? Food generally stays in your stomach between 40 and 100 plus minutes. Then add another 40 to 120 minutes for time spent in the small bowel, where the small intestines absorb most of the nutrients in your food and your circulatory systems passes them onto the other parts of your body to store or use, and special cells help absorb nutrients across the intestinal lining into your bloodstream.
Gastritis is an inflammation that occurs in the mucus that acts as a genetic lining and originates when the pH of the stomach organ becomes unbalanced, leading to acid condition. Also can cause symptoms like stomach pain, reflux, nausea, and a burning sensation. Then I will talk about reflux, that is also a common problem. Reflux occurs when stomach acid flows back into the esophagus, causing a burning sensation on the chest. Regulation of food or acid liquid also happens when we consume in excess, like alcohol, tobacco, coffee, spices, and fats. Then we have constipation, that is a problem with defecation. A person is constipated when we defecate less than 3 times a week or have difficulty defecating. Constipation is very common on persons. Also, we have food intolerances, that is when you have difficulty of digesting certain kinds of food or ingredients.
The liver receives all the blood from the stomach and intestine, and the liver processes this blood, breaks down, balances. The liver receives all the blood from the stomach and intestine, and the liver processes this blood, breaks down, balances, and creates the nutrients for the body, and also metabolize drugs into a easy way to the rest of the body to process. The stomach is the organ that helps, that receives the food. It contracts and produces acids and enzymes that break down the food and receives all the nutrients from the food. The pancreas, during the digestion, makes pancreas juices called enzymes. These enzymes break down sugars, fat, and starches. The pancreas also helps to the making of hormones. And finally, the gallbladder. Its main function is to store bile. This bile helps in the system to break down the food. It's located under the liver, on the right side of the abdomen.
Or ingredients that contains the food. Then we have some myths about digestion. The first one is the common one, that is it takes years to digest the gum, that we don't know if it's true or false. Some people say that it's true, other false. The second one is spicy food cause ulcers. The third one is having lifting causes hernias. The fourth one is not lead to tuberculosis. And the last one is also very common, that is being causes the most of the gases we have on the body. And then we have the effect of stress on digestion. This is not very common to hear, but some people have this problem. That is that emptying of the stomach is delayed, which can lead to a stomach ache, digestion, heartburn, and nausea. As the stomach is slowing down, stress causes increased motor function in the large intestine. So at the same time that you're stressed, you might experience bowel urgency or diarrhea.
Digestive surgery and transplants. The improvement of the stomach is delayed, which can lead to our surgery produce
They are performed in the organs of the digestive system, such as the esophagus, stomach, intestine, liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. Some of the most common are cholecystomy, removal of the gallbladder, usually by gallstones, appendectomy, removal of the appendix by appendicitis, and myoplasty, repair of the abdominal hernias, reflux surgery, gastric food application to treat several gastroesophageal reflux, gastroenterostomy, partial or total removal of the stomach used in gastric cancer or bacterial surgery. Intestinal reaction, part of the intestine is removed from cancer, Crohn's disease, obstruction, etc. Pancreatectomy, pancreatic surgery in case of tumors of severe pancreatitis to a stomach, indigestion, heartburn, and nausea. As the stomach is loudly down, structure cause increased motor functions in the large intestine, so at the same time that you are stressed, you might experience the bowel urgency or diarrhea. Conclusion. In conclusion, we saw about the digestive system and the role